Good morning. Hello, welcome. It is another day, another week, another sketch session, and we are jumping into rock studies this month. The month of January 2026. We are focusing on rock faces, cliffs, kind of like big rock features, and trying to figure out like shape, texture, color, all that jazz. I don't have a rope for inspiration table yet. I haven't figured out how to do one without really like getting into geology terms. I might need to though. So right now I'm just kind of winging it and just doing some finding interesting reference photos and kind of winging it from there. So join me, won't you, as we do this? I'm gonna grab my little handy dandy. Yes, I need to readjust this. Hold on. Let me just make it a little smaller and then a little more. Boom. Yeah, that'll do. Right? I'm going to scooch it up a little bit. Let's just scooch a little bit. Right there. Cool. Okay. Alrighty then. So not yesterday, our last sketch session, this is what I managed to produce. Not bad, but not great. It's lacking a lot of contrast, I'd say, back in the trees days. All right, so let me grab there we are, my handy dandy washi tape, and let's make a new day, a new page. So what kind of rocks will we do? I have no idea. Absolutely none. Zoom that out just a smidge. There you go. You can see my messy desk. Who is an artist but a person with just a very messy desk? Truly, at the end of the day. Come on. I just made this ever so slightly not quite long enough. Yep. Okay. We can fix it. It's fine. Okie dokie. Now, let's find some rocks. Hey there, Linda. Good morning. We are pulling up Pinterest. We are looking up a rock formation. Okay. There's a lot of really interesting ones, but I don't know how many are like real versus AI. But let's, whatever. It's rocks. We'll figure it out. Good morning, Elena. Love Saren. Nice to have you. Good morning, Ellen. I didn't see you in there. Hello. Okay. We have this. We have water. Okay, now got my juiciest brush, fresh water. I am drawing some rocks today. So we're going to do some balancing rocks. Okay, I'm going to draw just a little bit first. And then a little bit of that, and then okay. So we're gonna do, let's say a tan, sort of a warm tan color. Doing kind of a balancing rocks kind of a thing. Boulders, really. All right. Nice base color there. I love this big juicy brush. Let's get some sort of shadows blocked in while everything's a little wet. Moving pretty quick. Okay. Let's see if we can get a couple more little bits of color in there, here and there, just again while it's kind of half wet, drying quickly. Okay. A little bit of that fun oxidation. Believe that's where this rust color comes from, is the iron in the rock is literally rusting. Okay, let's see about getting a little bit more ground in here. And let's have a nice bright blue sky. Swapping to a different brush here really quick. Just because this was a little brighter than I meant it to be. Ooh, the dog's just lost it. Whoa. Getting a little bit kind of breaking up the edge because I want this to be a cloud and I don't want it to be too hard on the edges. All right there. Hey there, Linda. Put that user in timeout. We ain't doing spam. Not a spam kind of a channel. Okay, got a little bit of a base here. We got a sky, a ground, and some rocks. Let's dry it and try to add a little bit more, shall we? Okay, that's dry enough for us to do the next bit. Let's see about adding some texture. Shoo! Shoo! 3 in a row. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, love, I don't take requests, but thank you for the sneeze blessings. Every month we do a challenge. Right now, our challenge is rocks. We're focusing on rocks. I mean, I don't take requests for what I am drawing or painting. Not during sketch sessions. Getting a little bit of a browner color in here. Drying my brush again. Lots of fun colors. See ya. Thanks for stopping by. Big sigh. No good reason, just maybe I was holding my breath. Sometimes when I'm painting, I'll catch myself holding my breath or something. Hey there, J-Town. Welcome. We're painting some rocks today. Okay. I think we need a little bit more active, dark of a background and like ground. Basically, I need to do something with this. Thank you. Appreciate that. That was a little dark. I have, you're right, there's tons, Ellen. There's tons of great examples or places to look for references in the United States. Well, I guess I don't know if Canyon de Chalets is American, but Grand Canyon, Arches National Park, National Monument National Park. That's what it's called. There's so many great ones. And thanks, J-Town. I've been not to Monument National Park, but I've driven kind of like by it, and we stopped and like appreciated the magnificent vista, but we never like went in and did that properly. When we were in that area of the United States at that time, it was largely on fire. We were going to go to Yellowstone, but it was on fire. Sorry, that was the end of that sentence. Left you hanging. Okay, we'll get more to that later. Yeah? What do you like to paint, J-Town? I feel like there's textures that I'm leaving. Let me grab something. I feel like this is a good time for little sponges for texture. Yeah, that's totally what we're looking for. Okay, let's do that. The sea, great subject. Flowers also spectacular. The sea, ooh, special place in the heart. I've definitely, painted the sea before, more than once, but it still manages to be one of the most challenging subjects I find. Oh yeah, the sponge is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Heck yes. Ooh, I don't know how well you can see the texture difference, but I can, and it's great. Pike's Pike? Do you mean Pike's Peak? Pike's Peak. Pike's. Is that out in Washington? Is that what you're talking about? Like Pike's Place? Not Pike's Place is a shop. Is a fish market. I mean, like that's what I think of when I hear pike. And so, yeah, the sponge is doing really good. This is just like a car washing sponge, just a big plain sponge that I ripped up, but also sea sponges. I'm not going to try to hydrate that right now, but sea sponges are awesome for this kind of thing and for the sea with like sea spray and stuff. Does magic. Okay. Pikes Peak in Colorado. Okay, I knew I'd heard of it. Okay, so we have some ground happening here, but I'm not loving it. Let's see what I can do. Ooh, sponge, of course. I've got a lot of them because I ripped up one gigantic sponge. All right, we're at 10:30. Let's see if I can finish this up. Maybe with one more layer of that Payne's Gray. Maybe a little bit of Payne's Gray over here in this. Yeah, it's a little bit of something. Kind of making bushes. I'm trying to. They're not really stunning, you know? Here, this one's a lot darker. All right, that's a little bit better. All right, now let's just darken up these shadows even further. Yeah, that's a much better contrast. Yeah. Thanks, J-Town. I was just saying, not yesterday's, the last sketch session, the last rock study I did, just didn't have enough contrast. We just needed this to really make it pop, like you said. Okay. Yeah, I feel really pleased about this. This one's turned out quite nice. You know what? I will add one last thing. I'm going to add a little bit of a yellow. Hope it doesn't ruin it. Okay. Oh, that sure adds a lot. Wow. Okay. Thanks, Bobby. Hi, Bobby. Thank you. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. No, gosh, come on, Shelby. I keep seeing one more thing, one more thing, one more thing. But let me just add a little bit more of this rust color. Okay. There we go. There we go. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. Bam. Okay. Excellent. I really like this. I think this was a successful entry, even if it was a smidge longer than usual. But let's remove the tape. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, rock on, Bobby. I can't wait to see that. And thank you, J-Town. I need to figure out a better system if I'm going to keep doing rock formations for the rest of the month. But so far, so good. Feeling pretty good. Honestly, one of the biggest things when it comes to rocks is finding the texture. Dry brushing, sponging, salt, whatever. Just finding texture with your watercolors, because if it's too smooth, I don't know, it just doesn't look as great. All right, that is where I am going to leave it for today. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for hanging out this morning. It's been really fun. I always enjoy these, but this one in particular, I'm really feeling proud of. So, all right, I will catch you all later. I'll catch you tomorrow for the next sketch session at 10 o'clock Central, and then I hope to see you around. All right, take care of yourself. Have a good one. Bye.